Yeah, I gotta eat something. I don't.
Oh,
I done already had my medicine. The munchie started kicking in halfway through the episode.
I know that's right. Good for you. I was noticing, yeah, you was a little docile this episode. It was. I didn't know you went to the garden in advance, but that's cool. We on
No,
re-recording, by the way. I could delete this if need be.
I just try to
Um,
make sure I get myself ready.
all right. Real quick, while we are getting things beefed up, ready, just to kind of continue to chat a little bit more, and we're gonna get Ty's opinion on Drewski's newest skit. Just a quick announcement that we will be having a special guest interview for next week. The lovely Sydney Michaela is going to give us an opportunity to speak with her for a brief minute. If I could just give y'all a little bit of info on the Sydney Michaela. Sydney Michaela voiced a few characters and is in a few projects that y'all are probably familiar with. She was the lead in Invincible Girl, a black led anime. She was also the voice, one of the voices in Craig of the Creek, and she was one of the lead voices in the Transformers in a Transformers project here as well. So yeah, tune on in next week. We're gonna give y'all some. I don't want to say tea because I don't like saying tea. Tea don't sound right like the word that I would use, but I'm gonna give y'all some insight on another up and coming black actor, who's basically about to start tearing it up in Hollywood. And you know we love to give a spotlight to our up and coming melanated artists, actors, writers, directors, all of those things. So this is no different. So keep an eye out as we will more than likely be, unless things don't go the way they've been scheduled, speaking with this lovely young lady in the next few days. And we will air this interview, at least portions of it, next week. And we'll kind of, kind of give you a little bit more of an introduction as to who she is, why she's doing what she's doing, and how dope of a person she is so that you should get to know her at some point in time. Man, I wish I could do that, but I got to work later on, man. And I can't, on the days in which I got to do my little thug thizzle, I got to be conservative, but enjoy. I'll be back on the horse pretty soon here. But
Thinking of you.
could we? Thanks, old boy. Could we? Did y'all, Anthony? Oh, yeah, Anthony doesn't watch Invincible.
I
All
watched the
right.
first
Well,
episode. I'm trying to squeeze it in.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
I
I
didn't watch.
mean,
what you thinking?
listen.
You're not caught up.
No. I
Okay,
thought
what
they
you want
was
to talk
gonna
about?
like do the thing that they do. Like
Did
I
the
know
three
that I know.
episodes?
Well, they did the 3 episodes, but that they did that last week. So I figured like it would be like two maybe 3 weeks before we got another episode. I didn't know they were just gonna keep going steady, and that's cool. I'm glad they did,
Yeah,
but I didn't watch. I watched Paradise this week. I watched Born Again, Daredevil, and I was like, oh,
Daredevil.
my homework's done because there's nothing else to watch. I didn't like, and look, another episode of Monarch came out, and we haven't talked
Monarch
about
did come
Monarch.
out. Monarch is doing his thing too, low
Monarch is
key, under
gonna
the
continue
radar.
to do his thing. Monarch is a very, 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 very well written show, and the building of that universe has been very interesting to watch. And the
Yeah, yeah,
more and
yeah,
more I'm liking the characters.
yeah.
I like everybody on there. Honestly, I'm starting to really rock with everybody on there. So um, that'll be interesting when we decide to have a conversation on that again. Um, but yeah, man, it's the boys is coming up. I think
Oh yeah, the boys.
the boys should be here soon. Like I want to
Yeah,
say maybe
real
like
soon.
yeah, like real soon, like two
Like a
weeks,
week or two. Like
week two,
it's not far.
yeah, week or two.
Anthony, did you see this, Anthony? I don't know if you got a chance to see this or not. And I'm curious of what your reaction is on it.
I did see some of this. Yeah. 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 I like this. This shit look cool. But it's like
Uh,
you can't win. Like that would have to be the thing of the game. Like you have to always just figure out how you lose. But
I'm looking for the Ankui kids. Like, I wonder how deep they go into it. Do we get? Is there a tree in the road? Is there a pool? Is it? like what
This
all
is just a fan trailer. This is just a fan trailer. This ain't really coming.
Oh, this isn't a mod. I thought this was a mod. Somebody didn't mod this.
Listen. This is a creator. Like so, on Fortnite, they have a creator mode, and you can build your own, like, in essence, your own game. And then people, you invite people to play it, and if it gets enough people to play it, then Fortnite will kind of like put you on the like front screen, and then you can have people come and play it again. So this is somebody that just took the time and paid attention to detail, and just created this mode on Fortnite that that nobody probably plays.
Right.
It's just something that they did and was cool, and so they showed you what they showed you and everything like that. But yeah, man, this is not a real, like, nobody's trying to make this game, if that's what it. Yeah, this is just somebody created it, and it was pretty dope.
But you would play that, right, Ant?
Hell yeah! I wish it was real. I really wish it was. I wish this show had this level of promotion. Like I can't. But it looks really cool. I would play the shit out of that.
Yeah, man. I mean, they do this stuff all the time, but I guess From maybe hasn't reached the level of, like, where they're announcing, oh, it's going to be a DC campaign, it's going to be a Marvel campaign, it's going to be Scooby-Doo campaign. I guess they can't announce a From campaign because maybe the From following is so niche, but they're so dialed. They locked on this show. Like, the moment Ant puts out the From signal, boy, they pulling up, boy. And I mean, it's only a couple more weeks before it drops. How is it?
Yeah, it's only 18. A couple more weeks. The 19th.
19th?
Yeah.
The 19th of April?
Yeah.
19th of April.
Ooh, boy, we ain't gonna see Ant for the whole, like, however many episodes.
Lucky I'm here now. As a matter of fact,
I'm about to say, Ant, look, Ant, like Ant probably done already seen the first 4 episodes. Like Ant done seen, like, yo, he may or may have not already watched it.
Probably, but
so
like, you don't even, Ant, we know you ain't fooling nobody, Ant. We know what's going on.
Ant has already got content brewing.
Yeah, it's already scheduled. He got them all scheduled already.
April 19th at whatever time the show coming out. An hour after that drops.
12:01.
Got it ready.
12:01.
Play.
0.2.
And Ant, though, we should consider doing something for the From release. We should consider. I mean, if you haven't already, I know you're really big on it. But and are you planning?
Ready?
Are you gonna plan like a watch party or something? Like, should we open that up to on a Patreon or something? I mean, what should we try to not capitalize, but yes, essentially
like
capitalize
on
the.
Like we have people come together in a place with a projector and watch it.
No. Not actual human interaction. No. Okay. Virtual watch party.
Virtual watch party.
For instance, it's essentially like, remember that app Clubhouse, Ty, where you could come in and they could listen? Like, it essentially would be like, we get together. Now, obviously, we can't show From because it's copywritten content. But what I've seen some people do for, sports games and some TV shows and even some movies is they start watching it at the time that it's released, but you don't actually watch the show. You just watch the reactions live as it's happening. Like, I'd be down to do something like that if it's set to drop at 8 p.m. on 4/19, and then set it so that we're all watching it at the same time, and we don't stop it. We just watch and we just kind of get our reactions throughout. I'm here for that. I'm here for it. If y'all down for it, of course, Anthony would have seen it already. So.
I mean, a watch party is cool, or maybe like an immediately after the episode live stream, because it comes on Sunday, I think at like 8 or 9 p.m., something like that.
Oh, damn. All right, that's whoa.
I mean, watch party is Sunday 8 or 9 p.m. This is what you talking about.
Yeah, I didn't realize. Oh, yeah.
I'm with what
Yeah.
Ant's talking about. I'm with going live right after the episode.
Right afterwards. Okay.
Yep. Listen, that's when it's
with that.
It's the freshest. I think everybody comes out of it, feeling like they want to talk about it essentially, and the Ant has already provided the platform with the Frumley. I mean, like there's gonna be probably 900 to a million people that are gonna pull up.
Yeah, to the movie blog.
And to the movie blog, you know what I'm saying? So essentially they're all coming waiting to hear what Ant has to say and what he wrote down so they can either agree or give their own notions or whatever. But it's always a party when the Frumley pulls up. Like it's like there's like say everything is on the table.
Yo, Ant, I can literally make the scheduled live stream right now for that evening. Like I know we're a month out or like a few weeks out, but I can literally put movie blog, nude blurred order, live.
Is only one problem. There's only one.
Oh,
he's already
boy.
No. So that weekend is also WrestleMania weekend.
Oh,
and is it on Sunday?
And Netflix.
I like WrestleMania, but in terms of your relation, like WrestleMania and the way that people latch on to it. Okay, I'm here. Let me listen.
Netflix was like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Oh.
So I don't know. They definitely gave me the opportunity to go to the Raw after WrestleMania and do some events that would happen in that weekend. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to go to WrestleMania. I don't know. So I'm trying to really still work out my schedule for that weekend. And I'm like, to commit.
Wait, isn't that on Mondays though?
Nah, WrestleMania is a Saturday and Sunday 2-day event.
Oh, WrestleMania, not Raw.
And then Raw is that Monday. So that would be 3. There's a lot of wrestling.
Oh man, we're gonna lose. Damn, man.
Priorities.
Man. Ant, you gonna? You know what I'm saying?
You call yourself a from towner?
Yeah. I thought you was about this life. Oh boy, like what is this? From take. Yeah.
I have to.
Okay, we see what the priorities. He ain't got no from belt. I know that's right.
I have to also acknowledge my tribal chief, who's going to be challenging CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, and to have the opportunity to acknowledge my tribal chief in person.
Oh,
I don't know when you might get that many opportunities to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
So you gotta. Right. What if Stone Cold shows up? What if The Rock shows up? You know what that FOMO would feel like?
Yeah. Okay, but what if the man in yellow shows up? All right. What if the Ankui kids show up completely 100% grown up and give us all the secrets? Well, obviously, don't matter to Ant because he saw the series last year, so he can't show us me. All right. Well, maybe we'll do it, and maybe you can join us in the comments, or you could give us some pointers, or you know what I'm saying, or whatever, man. You know what? I tell you what. Yo, look, Frumley. I tell y'all what, Frumley. Since Ant doesn't seem to be down for the cause, you know what? We might have to pull up on behalf of Ant to the movie blog to represent the Frumley when he is doing what he considers more important things, as if there were more important things than the Frumley itself. So yeah, man, we might have to represent Ant on his WWE weekend excursion retreat during the opening weekend of
what you failing to hear, and I've said it multiple times already, is Ant has already put together collage for the review of the first episode. I don't know what's wrong with you, sir. But, so he doesn't need us. You're already fully represented. Present. See, what you heard was WrestleMania. What I heard was I can be at 2 places at one time, sir. I've already made sure that the fromily is taken care of. See, I think you are mistaking me for Little Bean's parents that was on the couch. No, this is a good father who takes care of his home. Fromily is taken care of. But if you want to add to what the family's already got, then New Blurred Order has a platform that can express their opinions and reviews that can go alongside the movie blogs.
Yeah.
But please don't ever think that that the man who brought us into From is not knowing what's up. He's always known what's up. So yeah.
And are we safe to assume that, Ant? Do we already have a scheduled post?
The Frumley's gonna eat. The Frumley's gonna eat. I made sure I'm like those Jamaican parents. I made sure dinner was simmering on the stove before I left for work.
There we go.
Right, like it's just on a little low flame, so when they come in, the food's right there on the stove. It won't burn.
Okay, so what can all right? So there'll be Frumley folks watching this, I'm sure. What in terms of scheduling should they look forward to for your releases? Do you have?
They already know. They're already there.
You're right.
What I'm curious about is because you're talking about season 4 and watch parties and things like that. Vince, it's horror is a new genre that you're starting to really like. I know you've seen horror, like now you're like really weekly, like. You did it with Welcome to Derry. I'm proud of you.
I did, yeah. Thank you. That was hard.
Talk to me about what do you remember about from season 3, and what went into long-term memory, and what went to don't ever open that again.
Okay. Good question. All right. So what I think I remember the most, and you know what, I ain't gonna lie, I know this happens to you sometimes too. But the seasons are kind of merging together a little bit, right? So sometimes I'm like, did that happen in season 3? Because I'm still trying to recall if old boy walked through the tree and ended up in the pool. That feels like it was season 2, but that's something that was season 3. Okay, because I was like, yo, that's one of the most memorable things to me. Was him walking through no, I can do it. Oh, you fuck, man. We want to get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, go ahead, get on up out of here, man. Peace. And they had to just build a little wall around his face, over his face, because it was making people uncomfortable. That's one of the things that stuck out to me the most. But of course, honestly, the biggest and easiest thing to sit and to speculate about with regard to the things that are most memorable about season 3, because we're now about to start season 4, is the Man in Yellow and what he is, who he is, what he represents. All like that is ultimately what I am wanting to find out first and foremost. The very moment we start the series, the season 4, I'm hoping that it literally starts right where season 3 ended with I forget the young lady's name. I'm the one you interviewed, the one who smokes, the smoker. You know what I'm talking about?
Jade?
The not Jade. Jade's the dude, isn't he?
Yeah, he smoked weed. I'm like, Fatima.
Nah, the young girl, the one who looked like she had a crush on Elgin for a second, but it ended up not being.
I don't think I ever interviewed her. I know who you.
Is that the one who evaded?
Julie.
Okay, Julie. Yeah, Julie. Julie's the one that was in the woods. She ran right when the Man in Yellow came about, and I'm really interested to see what his significance is, because the theories are all over the place. I'm not watching it. Nah, I don't need. No, I don't watch the trailer.
You didn't see the trailer?
Nah, I'm not. I didn't see the trailer.
So this is one of those where you're gonna.
Yeah, I don't need to see the trailer. Yeah, I don't want it to. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the From trailers, unlike Spider-Man trailers, they're not as. Unlike Marvel and comic book movie trailers, they're not as revealing, I believe, because they typically embody a lot of stuff from the prior season. But I think they could be a little over sherry. What's up?
I'm gonna tell you something that I observed in the From trailers. They only show footage. If you look at the trailer for season 1 and the trailer for season 2 and the trailer for season 3, they only show footage from the first 5 episodes of each season. So you'll only get little snippets from like the first half of the season, and then the second half of the season where things change. Things really change.
Mm.
You're seeing snippets of the trailer now if you don't have your eyes closed. Some of this stuff that we're seeing right here, I don't expect to see. I think this is all from like the first 5 episodes. I think like what we get and where we end up is not going to be where we start at all. So
ever
is not that bad. Ty, did you see the trailer?
I did see the trailer, which is why I said what I said to you in terms of, our boy, and whether or not he makes it to this season. Like one of the things, like in terms of last season and to this season, I think there's a lot of important things that to remember. One of the most important things is that Julie has the ability to travel through realms, times, whatever you want to call it. She has the ability to do it. We've seen it. I think that now being a part of the storyline is very important, because if I'm Julie and I know I have this ability now, don't you think my entire life now is about trying to figure out how to save my dad? That's gonna be her most, like, at first the biggest thing is to try to, for everybody, is to try to, how do we get out of From Town? That's the biggest thing. Like, how do we get out of here? But now, for Julie, after watching your dad get his throat ripped out, you can't, you're not going to be able to function knowing that you might have been able to save him. Like, there's no way you were just going back to From Town. Like, all right, guys, let's get back to trying to figure a way out of here. No, I'm not going anywhere until I find a way to save my dad. That's an important part of the storyline. Number 2, another thing that I feel like is very important to understand is that Julie's mom now realizes also that she has been here before in a past life. That is something that needs to be addressed moving forward. She knows that there's a relationship with her and from town that she's not totally understanding. So again, we went from everybody's plan to get out of From Town to now we have personal connections to this place that won't allow us to leave until these things are answered. So now, again, her storyline is, I need to understand where in the past all of this happened, how this happened, what, who are these people to me? Like, where are the relationships? That's her thing. Also, Boyd, let's not forget that Boyd did something that, like, Boyd, first of all, has been through hell. Boyd had to sit there and watch old boy's mama get ripped apart in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
That he's never really recovered from that. His wife died here. He had to kill his wife in that town. Now, the last thing we saw Boyd do, literally, prepare young elder. That's another dynamic that we're dealing with when it comes to the psyche of this man, who's also dying, mind you.
Yeah.
From what is it? What is disease does he have? Is it a tumor?
Parkinson's.
So he's also dealing with Parkinson's, which basically means that he's forgetting and also losing control of his his nervous system.
Cognitive.
Yes,
Oh,
cognitive.
yes.
So there's a lot that's going on in this season. We still got relationships with Fatima and just having a baby that turned out to be one of the damn things. Like, yo, this is listen, season 3 gave us so much that if you're a real fan of the show, you're like, ooh, are we going to get some questions answered this season? Because there's so many different things, there's so many different layers that you're like, oh my gosh, something has to. So you know what? To be honest with you, the man in the yellow is my least concern. He honestly,
wow.
He's out of. I'm gonna be honest. Why he's my least of concern? Because right now, we actually get a face to the boogeyman. I was always wondering who that was on the phone. Tell her to get out of that hole, get out of that hole. Dig that hole. You always wondered who that was, and now I have a face to add to that. And I also understand that he is the only one of them that I've seen that can walk around in the daylight. Am I wrong?
Right. Yeah.
In that assumption?
But no, he walked around.
He walks around in the daylight. So there's like the boogeyman has a face. That's all I'm like that's the biggest reveal to me. Oh, the boogeyman has a face. I'm cool with that. It's the stuff that I'm like, oh, I want to like, oh, there's so much, man.
Let me add one more to that because I want to piggyback on that for a second. You mentioned Julie and her time travel, and they call it story walking, whatever.
Yep.
So, in order to prepare, I've been rewatching the series, right? That's why I've been locked in. That's why I'm barely watching Invincible. I've been rewatching the series, and now that I've seen season 3, and I know that whatever is happening with Julie's time travel, it already happened because we saw that she's the one that threw Boyd the rope.
Yep.
So now I'm rewatching the series with a completely different lens, and now I'm looking. I'm like, yo, when else has time travel been a factor? And I just didn't know. It was hiding in plain sight. So now I'm like, all right, because now everybody's like, all right, that makes sense why when Julie arrived and she was standing on the porch and they was running from the monsters, one of them was like, hey, Julie, don't you remember me? Now it kind of makes sense that maybe time travel factored into all of this coming together the way it has.
Which makes sense. Which makes sense, and because what I said was initially was that when you watch your father get his throat ripped out, and you know that you have this power now you're aware of it, like you know what I'm saying. So now there's nothing that's going to stop you from trying to find a way to save him from that. That's the most important thing right now, is saving my dad from getting his throat ripped out in front of me. Like nothing else matters. Like that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like Julie's focus is now trying to find out how these powers work, how to get so if it is what you're saying, and that the monster was like, Julie, you don't remember me, because she's been going through this process for her lifetime of trying to find a way to bring her dad back. So that's why, you know, all of these things have been happening, and we've seen these people, or these people have seen each other before. Oh man, this is just so much, man, and this is man.
Can I real quick though? Is it just me, or it doesn't? I didn't think that Julie had powers. I thought that Julie just, as others have in this show, stumbled upon some shit in the town that gives her the ability to like you said, story jump or whatever. Because it happened to Harold too. Harold was at the bottom of that well.
Well, then why didn't it happen to her brother when she walked through when she walked?
I mean, it's different trees.
When she walked in the ruins, she disappeared and went on to the thing.
Okay.
But when he walked into the ruins, it was just, oh, she's gone. And her father walked into him too, and he didn't leave either.
Well, they didn't disappear. She just hit the ground and started seizuring, and somehow she was existing in two places at the same time. That's how they were able to pull her out. But that's just a little bit different in the way that it works in this show than it does in every other show. I'm with you in that time travel is going to be really hard to comprehend in this show. And what I think about, and you just kind of mentioned it, Vince, is that she might be doing this for her entire life. Like, and if that's the case, Ty said that, my bad. And if that's the case, then she might be like a constant. We got to kind of pay attention to certain things that the show says. Like Ethan sometimes will say little shit that'll define the rules of the show, and it just gets completely ignored. Ethan was the one who pointed at Julie and was like, yo, you're a story walker. And he gave her that title, and he was like, look, that means you can go back to earlier points in the story. You can do stuff. Ethan is on some shit where he understands this place in a completely different way than most people do. But what I was getting to is that not only is she a story walker, but I'm sitting here and I'm now starting to wonder, like, is she like Kang? Is she like the Reverse Flash? Is she like a constant because she keeps constantly traveling back in time? Even if you kill her, there's always another version of her that exists somewhere in time. So I don't.
Okay. Well, all right. Help me understand this. Harold himself has also story walked, correct? Like, because, okay, didn't somebody have to throw him the rope?
But that was
story walk. He was out there. Yeah. He went to the walk. He went into the he went through the
tree to get there though. He went through the tree to get
there's
but he didn't
like what you call it says, okay, so now you're getting into so what is the old tall guy who kind of is who?
Martin. His name is Martin. Martin
is the guy that lived at the house in the attic. His name's Martin.
Oh no, Victor. My bad. Victor.
Yeah. So Victor basically told us that the trees are a way that you can travel through the trees. Like he mentioned that, like they're portals, but you never know where you're gonna end up. And that's why the guy ended up in the pool, because he walked through a tree and didn't know where you ended up. Well, Boyd walked through a tree and wound up ending up in a well. And so the like what Ant is describing with the story walker is that what we didn't know was who threw him the rope when he was in the well. We find out later after this has happened that the person that did it was actually Julie. The only way that Julie would have been able to do that is if Julie was there with him. Well, at the time, Julie was back at the colony house or whatever. So there's no way she was there unless that version of Julie wasn't there, but a different version of Julie was there at the time when he needed the rope. So that's what I'm hearing.
But we saw it. We saw it though. Didn't we see Julie drop the rope?
You saw
not until season 3. Not until season 3.
Which was when it happened after the fact.
Well after the fact. So that means season 3 was able to travel back in time to season 2 and throw Boyd the rope. And the fact that we saw Boyd get the rope thrown to him means that already happened. So we're not watching a story as it plays out in the traditional way. It's like somebody's retelling the story, and we're just going through it in chronological order.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, is there any hope for Kenny?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's lost his mom. He's lost his dad. He's lost his love interest. All right.
A love interest. Hey.
How many people? I mean, all right. Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know if there's much. I don't know if there's.
More importantly,
the police officer. I guess the police officer, the new blonde chick, she's gonna be.
Yeah, but more importantly, has he lost his love interest? Because there's been like a little bit of this idea that she could love him as well as loving her woman. Like and listen, in a world that we live in right now, this is definitely a route that writers are going in terms of relationships, in terms of other types of relationships.
Right.
There is definitely love there for Kenny when in terms of old girl, and I think I wouldn't say that's all the way gone. I would say that you just one slip up away from being next in line. That's all I'm saying in From Town. Like all it takes is one step outside the door at the wrong time, and because remember, like she was all for Kenny until a girl pulled up.
Yes, she was.
Was she all for Kenny? I mean, she was kind of on the fence.
She was getting there. Nah, the fence was. She was opening the fence. She was like, she went up to the gate and unlocked the shit.
Yeah, thank you. She was like, "Come on in, Kenny. It's more No, they definitely were in love. That's why it hit Kenny the way. That's why moms kind of knew what was going on, and she was like, "Yeah, Kenny, this it's okay, and so everybody knew what was up. So what I'm saying is there are potential new arrivals that came. So now she's not the only cutie in town. So you got you an opportunity. Yep, there you go.
He doesn't know that though because he ain't see the trailer.
Yeah, and I refuse. I will not. You don't have to sell me on something I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna watch it.
So don't be trying to kill Kenny. This is not a
I'm not trying to kill Kenny. I mean, Kenny's the most. He's the most. His character is the one with the most you could argue has the most consequences. I mean, go down the list. Harold, okay, killed his wife, but yeah, Harold also killed Kenny's mom. You know what I'm saying? In a violent, well, not killed her, but had to watch her die, right? And it happened in the most violent way possible. And that was after so-and-so, the girl killed Kenny's dad, right? We learned that the dad was murdered by the girl in the village. And after all of that, Kenny has to continue going about. And then he's got a little bit of solace that he can have in this new love interest. But then the love interest's actual fiance shows up. And it's like, all right, well, damn, I ain't got a job. I ain't got a mom or dad. I ain't got no girl. And then, all he has to hope is that this little buddy cop movie that they got going on here is going to ultimately end up to him getting cheeks. And who knows? That might not be the case either because she's got bitch tendencies, and I don't know if that's going to function well in a high stressed environment like From Town. So that's why I'm just concerned about my dog Kenny. I mean, you spoke with them, and I mean, you had a chance to speak to the actual actor and as well as most of the cast. Like what? And you said he was one of the coolest interviews too because he's like hella dope and he's like real like down to earth and shit. Yeah, I mean, so like. What sense did you get from him in terms of the direction you think his character may be going?
You never get nothing from any of these actors because they don't know. They don't fucking know. They in the forums, they in Reddit with the rest of us trying to sit here and fit this shit together. But what I can say is this. I notice a pattern. And that's one of the things this show is pretty good at, is establishing these patterns. This motherfucker is the Peter Parker of this show.
Oh,
he is every fucking bad thing that can happen around him will happen. He's going to lose his girl. He's going to lose his dad.
Yeah.
He's going to lose his mom. He might lose his house. I think the kid he ended up staying in Colony House because all these other in his house, like all these crazy things is going to happen with him. But I'm with you in most of America. If anything happens to Kenny, we're fucking rioting. We're MGM's, Amazon's front door. With like, we're gonna have to be filing grievances. I'm gonna be filing for emotional damage. Like you can't do this. You don't Glenn this motherfucker.
My thoughts exactly. But I think they will. I think they will Glenn him. And we know the type of feels that we had when they did do Glenn the way they did on Walking Dead. And I don't think it'll be any different for Kenny. I think Kenny is the one person. Like, I feel like we can lose Boyd and it'll hurt, but we expected it.
We'll survive.
Yeah, obviously, but it's also because we expected it, because we know it's been looming for 3 seasons. Like, this dude has been getting progressively worse with his Parkinson's, and we know that there's no cure. They don't have a doctor like that that can cure Parkinson's. There's no cure for it. So we know ultimately he's going to die. And then you see the stuff that he's gone through, and you understand that, like, shit, it might just be, it might be better for you, because you've gone through so much, and you've gone through so much with having the pressure of still keeping everybody else together. But when it comes as it pertains to Kenny, yeah, that's gonna hurt, because when Kenny's mom got hurt, when Kenny's mom got killed, ooh, I was like, oh, that would hurt. And I was like, oh, and just to know that his pops went out like he went out, mom's went out like she went out. Boyd will probably be dead by then. When Kenny, that's when Kenny, I think, loses it all. Boyd is his last family.
Yeah.
At this point, Boyd was commissioned by his mother to look over her son. That was her last words to Boyd, was watch over my son. Like that's her last words to him. And Kenny, I mean, like, Boyd has always kind of been the father figure to Glenn.
To Kenny.
Not Glenn, to Kenny after
his
pops died. So that when Boyd finally goes, when he finally dies, because I remember what was that, season 2, when Kenny found out that Boyd had the shakes and that he had Parkinson, and how upset he was that he didn't tell him and all of that. When he dies, when Boyd finally goes, Kenny's gonna change. And I don't know if people are gonna like the person that Kenny becomes. Because Kenny's already showed that he can go dark. He can go dark a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, I don't know, like, when Boyd goes, I don't think Kenny's gonna keep it. Kenny might go full ballistic and go outside at night and be like, "Yeah, motherfuckers, and get himself.
I'm here for that.
Yeah.
I first of all, the comparison of Kenny to Peter Parker is spot on. It's like it's a constant melodrama, and then it's also, does me doing good hurt the people I love? That whole thing. You know what I'm saying? We saw Kenny essentially turn his badge in and all that kind of stuff. So that's a hellified comp. And I agree with you too. Like, the way that they have foreshadowed the death of Harold thus far is made us kind of essentially cushioned the blow for when it does, if it does happen. We're kind of like, yeah, all right, well, yeah, you've been teasing us for 3 seasons now about Harold not being around. So yeah, if he ends up sticking around while Kenny somehow gets offed, yeah. But ultimately, though, isn't that what keeps people around? Is the unpredictability of the show, is the fact that you don't know who's going to make it. You don't know who's going to end up being deceitful, who's going to be a little bit more prominent in the storyline. Like, I would have assumed that Elgin may have had a more significant role with him having those premonitions on the bus and everything, but it doesn't look like he's going to make it through through this next season. I'm only saying that because they've already started mutilating him. He's starting the season with one eye, you know what I'm saying, with a fucked up hand. And I mean, I haven't seen the preview, but I can catch vibes, and I'm getting the sense that it's not looking good for my man already. But yes, for Elgin. Yeah. So I mean, anytime you start, like, when you start having people getting their limbs cut off and their eyes gouged out, and I don't know if they're gonna really make it the whole time.
You remember what he did though, right? You still riding with him?
Yeah, he kidnapped I'm not sliding with him. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, he kidnapped what's the name, but he did everything that he was doing. He was under the impression he was doing for the good of the town. if I'm not mistaken, right? It's not like he was like maliciously. He's like, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. We're just gonna have your baby, and the baby's gonna grow up to be a grown man immediately. And you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I gotta at least put that on my man. But at the end of the day, I don't think that other than Harold, like you said, he's the only person I think that right now, if he dies, we're not surprised. We're like, yeah, we saw that coming. Elgin's my close second.
Hey, Vince, how do you know he did what he did didn't help from town?
I don't. I think he did.
Think about this. If she had that baby within the colony house inside, that thing would have killed everybody in the house. Everybody that was in the house would have gotten killed because it was inside. Where she had the baby and it went directly downstairs to the rest of them, nobody died in that instant. And so they're and listen, one thing that I'm noticing about From is that circumstances can change people. And when you watch how Boyd came to From Town and where Boyd is psychologically now, from the experiences that he's had in From Town, you see the steps and how a person changes. When you see a Kenny who came to From Town with his mother and his father, lose his mother and his father, and how that can change a person. When you see a Julie who was a child when she came to From Town, but now is thrust into adulthood because now she's her now she has a purpose. She has a real purpose now. So this is the most adult she's ever had. This is the same girl who couldn't pass her driving exam. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I remember. So I'm seeing the way that people are being changed. And when I think of an Elgin came to From Town naive and innocent. An experience like what he just went through changes you. I don't think he trusts anybody moving forward. I think he's definitely on a whole different level of how he moves in From Town moving forward.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And Boyd better watch his back because you don't just that's another thing. You don't just get a pass because you know what I'm saying and stuff like that. So you gotta watch individuals and how people move, and it's just and how people perceive you, knowing the things that you've done. So there's so much that I know because I haven't seen the season. So I know that it's going to be a lot of things that we are like, yo, Elgin. You keep on talking about Elgin ain't gonna make it. I think Elgin is one of the few people that might make it.
Oh,
yeah. I think Elgin's one of the few people that might make
it. All right. Well, what you think about that? Well, not an Ant already knows, so we're not gonna ask him.
Let's
do this. Let's not put him on the spot. Let's do this, man. We probably won't make it the whole time. I think y'all are probably getting as hungry as me and all of that. So let's do this, man. There's a couple clips that I wanted y'all opinion about that I think was kind of funny, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. This one right here is well, we'll just let it speak for itself. Go ahead and check it out, and let's talk about it on the other end of this, because I think there might be something to this.
The Sentinel program, because that's how we're gonna make change. Like, would you rather see me hunting down mutants and putting them in camps, or giant robots doing it? I just feel like if you're a mutant, they just automatically expect you to be down for the X-Men. I stand with Boulevard Trask and the Sentinels because I left the Charles Xavier plantation. Y'all demonizing the mutants that work for the Sentinel program for doing their jobs, when most of the mutants they rounding up anyways, they're from Krakoa. They don't even like American mutants. Like they're only rounding up the bad mutants for real. Like I joined the Sentinel program because that's how we're gonna make change. Like, would you rather see me hunting down mutants and putting them in camps, or giant robots doing it?
Yo, this was so spot on to me, man. This show made me chuckle a little bit because it sounds spot on. Like it sounds like the conservative, like they be like, oh well, they try to force this on the plantation, and blah, blah. I just thought it was hella funny, man. We didn't even got to talk about it, honestly. I just wanted an excuse to play it, honestly, because I just thought it was funny because it was so spot on. The last part, especially, is like they're really only rounding up like the bad mutants. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh wow, well, have you heard that before? Right? Okay, cool.
Yo,
So
we gotta give a shout out to some of the Black creators out here. Man,
yes.
Like attention to detail, the work that's being put in.
I can't put that up.
The Lucy thing was next level. I even said it when I saw it to my wife. I was like, just really put this money where it's out. Like to hire a full-on makeup team that are putting prosthetics on and doing all kind of stuff, bro. Like that like this dude is taking it to the next level. My man right here is reenacting some real life stuff going on.
Yeah, it was very well. Yeah.
And these are creatives, man. These are like they're taking the time to put this stuff together, man. And hey, look, I'm here for it. Like the satire. This is what satire was meant to be. Satire was meant to poke fun at politicians and all of them doing this underhanded stuff in a way that protected the individual from backlash. They most of the time they would do it anonymously. You know what I'm saying? Because of fear of retribution.
You know what it kind of is, Ty?
What?
The internet has essentially with these content creators, they have replaced the paper, what we used to call the funnies. If we used to read the paper, like you used to read like, they used to call them the funnies, but we used to read like Far Side and like those different comics that would poke fun at things, but they would do it in a manner where you have to interpret it. You know what I mean? And so we don't really read the newspaper like that no more. Like I remember the era when the paper would get thrown at your house. You remember that, Ty? And were you around for that?
The paper boy.
Yeah.
They still do it. They still do that. Like
they still do that. Okay.
Like listen, there's a subscription for everything, bro. Like they yes, people.
I haven't seen those lately.
You want your newspaper? They'll deliver it.
You're not subscribed, as I just mentioned. There's a subscription.
I literally don't like. I remember there was a time where you could get like I never did it, but I know you could get like a job working from like 4 to 6 in the morning, throwing the paper out on your paper route. You did that? Yeah.
With my mom. My mom used to. My mom had it like that. That was like my mom used to always just be a workaholic, man. Like so she picked up a paper route, and really you should have just said I picked up the paper route because my job was to fold all of those papers. Like listen, like for those who don't know, when you get a paper route, those papers don't come rolled. They give you bundles of papers stacked up. You undo the bundles and then you roll those up, put them in back then we used to put them in a bag. And like, so you roll them up and you put them in a bag. And that was the way we slung them Jones out the window as my mom used to drive the car. Again, I'm slinging them out the window. So I was doing all this work. Free late. By the way, I think I gave me $20. So I'm like, I know you get paid way more than there's a lot of papers I'm rolling every day. Like, so many papers. Like after I was done, my hands would be ink filled from all the ink coming off the paper. So yeah, like, and when I say a lot of papers, I'm talking about thousands. We're not talking about this, like I would roll thousands of paper, and I got quick with it too. I'd be like, I got. Yo, I used to get
where your rolling skills came from.
Rolling skills. Hey, my rolling skills always been on point. So yeah, man, definitely. Remember you dealing, delivering the papers and all of that, man.
Yeah.
But yes, there are places that still do that with a subscription. It used to be free. Everybody used to get. I feel like everybody used to get it a paper because
Yeah.
I had so many. Um, but now I don't. I think it's more of a subscription. You have to
I think that the papers have gone electronic. I think that if you want the New York Times or the St. Louis Post Dispatch or the Atlanta Tribune or whatever, excuse me, Chicago Tribune, then you got to do the online thing. Like I get ads for the Wall Street Journal, and stuff like that when I'm just scrolling and stuff. So I feel like, and why not? I mean, most people are reading their phones more than they're reading. I would assume. Obviously, you still have the old garb that they want to pick it up and sit on the front porch and smoke the pipe and do all that. But I don't know. It's just a different thing for me. It's just a different era. But that's funny. I didn't know that you did that job, bro. That's crazy, man. I know.
Hell yeah. I didn't get paid. My mom definitely. I'm bringing up bad memories. I'm gonna have to call her on that. I'll be like, I feel like you old. Like there's definitely something that didn't go. It felt very child laborish going on. Like, yeah, for sure.
Yo, did your mom ever have you, or did you? I don't even know, Anthony. Forgive me if I'm asking something out of turn. Did you grow up? I don't know if you grew up with your parents. If they ever had you doing any work and you didn't realize that it was work. I know my mom, when we were in St. Louis, she worked for Nestle, the chocolate company, and we had to go from like convenience store to convenience store to do the inventory to make sure they had enough Nestle Crunch bars or enough O. Henry bars, which I still love, but they're
chocolate
rare.
milk. You love chocolate milk. Did you used to get the Nestle? You don't remember the?
Nah, she didn't. She was only in the candy bars. She didn't do any of the other products. So it was Nestle Crunch. We had our our basement in St. Louis was full of boxes on boxes on boxes of Nestle Crunch bars, Bit O Honey, O. Henry, every Nestle, the white Alpine white Crunch. I ate all of them. No, I love it. Even to this day, I loved all of them. I never got sick. I'm mad that Hershey took over. But I was asking Ant, like, do you have any memories like this? Did you grow up with this type of?
No. I was with my grandmother a lot, and my grandmother would get. You ever see those things where people would get like packages in the mail, and you would have to like do like little shit that machines couldn't do back then, like assemble shit. So we would get like a big ass box of, let's say, little plastic baggies, and we would get another big ass box of the extra button on your shirt, and we would have to take the button and put it in the baggie and put it in the third box, and that would be our shit. She would get these things in the mail where you would have to just like do little random things, like put a combination of like, all right, you got to put a button. This one needs a pin. This one needs a like. It would be crazy, and we would do that. And that would be our thing over there.
Like we were all child laborers, and then mail.
And then mail it back. And I would get excited. She would be like, "Hey, we got another one," and I'll be like, "All right, something to do. Then watch Andy Griffith again."
Oh wow, yeah, okay, you watched that too. Yeah, it's crazy. I've heard some bad things about Andy Griffith in his last day, but that's a whole other subject. Well, yeah, man, interesting to know that all our parents had the wherewithal to take good advantage of our naivety as young men. But let's end on this real quick, guys. I thought this was an interesting clip. I'm gonna pose this for y'all, and then I want to ask y'all the same question this gentleman was asked. This is an interesting take on a good question, I believe, and I want to hear you guys' answer and take on what I'm showing you.
You're Mount Rushmore. That's an American.
Yeah. I'm coaching, my guy. I'm coaching, you know. I know what Mount Rushmore is, my guy. I mean, I read. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Mount Rushmore, Denzel Washington. Oh, mate, Sidney Poitier. Samuel Jackson. I'd have to say Jamie Foxx. And I'm not just saying that because he's producing this. You know what I mean?
All right. So the question is posed. Who is your Mount Rushmore? Shout out to Daniel Kaluuya for that little clip right there. But who would go on you guys' Mount Rushmore of actors? I want to say black actors, but I don't want to limit you. I'm gonna let you do it on your own. You know.
What show?
Or maybe should we do just black actors?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just keep it black. I mean, because I was gonna end up being black anyway, but I didn't want to, tell you that they had to be. But yeah. Who's on your Mount Rushmore? I'll give y'all a little bit of time to tell us who you think would, if we had to have a Mount Rushmore of black actors, male or female. Who you going with?
I'll start with one that I kind of put up there. Jeffrey Wright.
Okay. Mount Rushmore? Okay.
Mount Rushmore. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. We got one for Ty. You got any that comes straight to your mind, Ant?
This might not seem popular, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But Lawrence Fishburne has been in work for decades, and he's shown a lot of versatility.
Okay.
That I really appreciate.
I don't think that's not controversial to me. I think that I mean, The Matrix, Silver Surfer. All right. Let's not talk about Ike Turner. All right. Yeah. And let's not talk about Bumby Johnson.
Othello.
All right. King of New York. Othello. Yeah. Come on, man. Like, yeah, man. Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. Isn't he Superman? Well, he was Superman's boss for like one or two movies in Man of Steel.
Yeah.
He's also Giant Man in the MCU. He was Bill something.
Yeah. That's right. He played because he was the I vaguely remember it.
Talked about it. They would showing. They would talk. I think they might have showed a flashback with him, but he talked.
I remember.
Like that was. Yeah.
I mean, is it corny to pick somebody he picked? I think he said Denzel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go with.
I feel like Denzel's like Michael Jordan. Like you gotta.
Yeah, it's like you gotta kind of say Denzel.
That's why I didn't even mention him because he's there. But
yeah,
but
what about
in terms of acting? Jeffrey Wright is, like I said, another one. And you just mentioned Lawrence Fishburne.
Can I throw out Viola Davis for a candidate? I think Viola Davis has done a lot, especially for women for black women. I mean, and she's not like some monolithic actor. Like she's, playing a current role in the Peacemaker saga. Sparring from Suicide Squad as my girl. Damn, what's her name again? God damn it, why is her name escaping me right now? The leader of the goddamn of
what are you talking
about? Viola Davis in Suicide Squad when she what's her character's name again?
Amanda Waller.
Waller. Yeah, she does a great job of Waller and voicing other characters. And then also let's not forget she was like the queen. What was that movie she was in? The king of Woman King,
Yeah.
And I mean, she every bit of could have played a role in Wakanda if she wanted to, if it wasn't for Angela Bassett destroying her role.
Which also deserves a spot.
I think Angela Bassett should. Yeah, Angela Bassett. She's rich Black history as well. Look, Waiting to Exhale.
And
Hallelujah.
thank you for opening up that because listen, me and my closed mindedness. Because he mentioned all men, I was sitting there mentioning all men. But when you open the door to just Black culture and Black women as well, I cannot sit back. As a matter of fact, I'm willing to go Angela Bassett, Viola Davis, Jeffrey Wright, and Denzel for my.
Okay.
I'm willing to go there right now with no problem, and very good about
it. I'm gonna for me, I'm gonna throw Wesley Snipes on there. All right. As the father of Marvel movies. Okay. I said it. I'm gonna throw Wesley Snipes on there because before Michael Jai White, we didn't have a bona fide martial artist And I know you're gonna say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and you're gonna say Jim Kelly. You know what I'm saying? From I know some people.
Last Dragon.
I know you could say Tamak. I was about to say from Last Dragon, but he had one movie. Wesley Snipes was in so many movies where he was a credible martial artist, and he didn't just play the good guy in Demolition.
So many. He was in like 3.
No, don't do that.
Okay, so you're doing
he was all 3 places.
Blade franchise. Then then he was in the one where he was with opposite of Sean Connery,
Rising Sun.
Go on. Well, you said a lot.
All right. Don't forget about in all of these he doesn't use like karate, but he does in Passenger 57, Drop Zone, and of course you got he was in the Bad video with Michael Jackson.
Stop, bro. Right. Yeah, I just
he was in the Bad video. Oh man, but he was also Simon Phoenix. All right, across from Sylvester Stallone in Demolition Man, which I heard that maybe
these were not great movies. These we have like a nostalgia lens over these movies.
Oh man, well I'm taking Wesley Snipes. I think Wesley Snipes is a hidden gem.
So hold on.
I mean, this your Mount Rushmore. If that's what you want to put him on, that's
can we make space for Whoopi? No.
All right.
For the color purple for Ghost.
Yeah, and listen, you're not wrong. She and as far as longevity and Guinan
I'll take Guinan and Eddie.
But oh man, I can't put her before Viola, and I most certainly can't put her before Angela just because of the iconic performances. So yes, in terms of Whoopi, the only iconic performance that I could give her is The Color Purple.
But did she win for Ghost?
Supporting act support. Yes. Yeah, she played a significant role, but I'm talking about just like iconic. Like when I think of Ghost, I think that's a Patrick Swayze movie and a Demi Moore led movie where she played a supporting actress that basically was a fortune teller who I saw it. Yeah. Say it. So my whole thing is in terms of Whoopi's career, she's had good movies, but great performances. Now, Angela Bassett, I can name a lot. Waiting to Exhale. I can say we could go. What's Love Got to Do with It?
What's Love Got to Do with It?
You know
Black Panther 1 and 2.
Black Panther 1. Like we're talking
the Michael Jackson documentaries, the Jackson 5 documentaries.
I'm not like there's more and more, but I'm just saying like iconic performances. Yes, Angela Bassett is definitely she needs to be on the Mount Rushmore. Viola Davis. It doesn't even go without it. Like Viola is great in everything she does. Like she performs at her voice. It just alone commands a type of reverence that is befitting of a Mount Rushmore.
Agreed.
Like so, and not to say no shots at Whoopi. I'm just because Whoopi's longevity and the amount of movies that long because that movie where she was the nanny of the little white boy and she was Jamaican. That was a good one. That you know what I'm saying?
Sister Act.
Clara's Heart.
Clara's Heart. Clara's Heart is one of my favorite movies.
And Sister Act, both 1 and 2 are both classics in my opinion.
Listen, she
those
has
are staples in
great
black households.
movies. Great movie. Great.
Here's the difference. Here's what I'll say about Whoopi though.
Lion King.
Whoopi started as a stand-up comic. Unlike the other actors that were probably trained in the in the art of theater, excuse me. So, and it's you can kind of tell when you see, and it's not to knock Whoopi because it takes a lot of chops to go from being on stage with Billy Crystal and Robin Williams to be able to get an award for playing across from Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze. So I'm not trying to take away from her accomplishments, but in my Mount Rushmore was more centered around acting chops and not as much of their impact on your culture. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to say Whoopi doesn't deserve accolades, but my particular Mount Rushmore is more centered upon the acting capabilities of who it is that I'm listing as Mount Rushmore. So right now I've got Wesley Snipes, even though y'all giving me shit for it. I want to say Denzel, but you know what? For the sake of this exercise, I'm going to take him off because it's too easy. I've got Viola Davis. I'm working on the others as of right now. I don't know. I don't know. Ant says he's got.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
We even mentioned Morgan Freeman.
Ooh, damn. I ain't gonna lie. Ever since Morgan Freeman said that shit about Black History Month, I've been looking at him with a side eye. And I heard a weird story about him dating his granddaughter or something weird. Yeah. I didn't like that. I was like, all right, I don't know about this dude. That whole comment about, I don't want a Black History Month. Do you want a White History Month? Like, dude, are you, what the hell kind of, whatever. Yeah.
Morgan is up there too.
But his acting chops, yeah.
Listen. Again, iconic performances, right? So, Lean on Me to me was Morgan Freeman's most iconic performance. There's hands down like his and mind you, the lead actor in said movie.
Yes.
That was the most iconic. There's so many things in that movie that you can remember, and it's all because of Morgan Freeman.
Agreed.
But again, when it comes to acting chops, I'm looking for versatility. Morgan Freeman has played a lot of the same people in a lot of movies. And I know that like they're like, no, he's played most of the same people in the same movies. But when I think about acting, I'm gonna give you a perfect example of who I think is one of the best actors of all time because of the roles that they chose, and nobody really talks about Robin Williams. Do you remember Robin Williams?
Yeah.
Robin Williams was an actor, but also a comedian first, and but the roles that he chose and the way that he acted in those roles. There's so many movies that I can say that I saw in Robin Williams that would have you're not a dry eye. It like, there's so like this dude would perform so well, and nobody when they talk about greatest actors ever bring up his name. And it reminded me the other day because I saw a clip of him roasting Richard Pryor, and it was so funny. It was just funny to see because he was just so quick on his feet, like it just would come. But when I think of his acting and all of the movies that Robin Williams was in, Robin Williams, man, I would throw him up there on a Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, okay. And Robin Williams, like I just said, did start like Whoopi as a stand-up comedian. Yeah. He was actually notorious for stealing jokes, and he even admitted it. And I'll give him at least credit for that. Yeah. The rumor is that when Robin Williams would go into a club to watch stand-up comics perform, and he would walk away and inadvertently absorb some of their content, and then it would end up on his special or on one of his sets. But then when he would get confronted about it, he would own up to it. He'd be like, my bad. If I did that, it may have happened intentionally. It may have happened unintentionally. And sometimes he would even compensate the comedians that he would take from. So I'm not trying to say that's the right way to steal, but it does at least show that he has some integrity. But yeah, for him to go from stuff like Mork and Mindy to Dead Poets Society, right? Or Manhunt with Benicio del Toro.
Oh my God.
And to still be able to carry a genie in Aladdin it definitely shows his range. So I get your point for sure, man. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong at all about Robert Williams. So if he's on your Mount Rushmore, if it's not all black, then hey, it is what it is, man. It's on you. I get that. I'm fighting off the urge to you. I'm trying to fight off recency bias because. Okay, maybe I'm just a fan, but I'm not. I'm not saying that he's on Mount Rushmore. I love Donald Glover. I love Donald Glover. I love Donald Glover. I think he's gonna do bigger things in life. And talk about versatility, stand-up comedy. All right, acting, musician. One of the most controversial beginnings of a video ever. All right, legit nerd. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't like his opinions on I never like when black men say, well, black women don't like me. I mean, I think that's something we got to get over, and we just got to recognize that just because they're not approaching you doesn't mean they don't like you. But also, I don't know. I kind of like where he's going. Obviously, I don't count the movie with Rihanna because it was terrible. Guava Island. I don't know if you've seen. If you want to bail on a movie, it is the most easy movie to bail on.
That way. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. Guava Island was
Rihanna and make it. How you have a bad Rihanna movie? I just do not know. And man, but it was. I could not make it through it, and I love that. But no, I couldn't put him on the list of I'm loving the Lawrence Fishburne selection. Actually, I keep coming back to that. Who's more iconic than Morpheus? I mean, come on, man.
The only other person I that's also low key, I agree with Daniel. He said it. Sam Jackson.
Yeah. Honestly, I was fighting off the urge to list Samuel L. Jackson because he absolutely, I think, fits the pedigree.
All that criteria you mentioned with range, versatility, transcendent era, all that stuff. Sam Jackson has had a hit in like every decade for the past 4 decades.
Oh yeah. I mean, talk about, wasn't he was in Coming to America. He tried to rob McDowell's. Yeah. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when?
Yeah, I remember that.
When Sebby was
whoop his ass.
Yeah, when they came out and distracted him and all that. Open up the register, motherfucker. And Louis Anderson's like, okay, let me. But yeah, man, Sebby and Akeem came through with the spears, with the bows, I should say. And then for him to be able to do that, and then also turn around and give you Old Boy and Django, turn around and then give you 8 Hateful Men. I mean, 8. What was it? Is it 8 Hateful Men? Hateful Eight.
You know what's funny, and that y'all are not
Mr. Glass.
Y'all definitely not going to agree with me with this one. But I have the same critique of Samuel L. Jackson as I do when it as it pertains to any actor.
You're gonna say Morgan Freeman.
That plays the same person.
Oh no!
Listen.
No.
Okay. All right. So
no.
So hold on a second. Just hear me out.
Okay.
So when you talk about range and you say he's able to play, many different characters, I would dare you to show me these characters that you're referring to that aren't primarily the same tone, the same like in terms of the range, the same range. I'm not mad at the pick because I love Samuel L. Jackson for the way he makes me feel when I watch his movie. However, he remains the same guy on and off the camera. So I don't see where he's played a role where he's shown me and if so, a role where I'm like, oh, he did such a great job of playing this role. Like when I talk about acting, and I'm talking about the ones that are really like we're showcasing Mount Rushmore type acting. I'm talking about the ones that if I give you a script, you can do whatever. You're versatile. You can do whatever it is. Whether that means you're classically trained or not, you have the ability. I've never seen Sam take on a Shakespearean role. I've never seen Sam do anything outside of the box that doesn't amount to him yelling and screaming or being angry. So I think the closest version of that would have been the Ptolemy movie that I saw him do recently, and even in that, you still get the yelling and the angriness, and then a version that kind of calms down and back and forth. But I'm not trying to sit here and besmirch Samuel L. Jackson. That let's be very clear on that. I think he's a phenomenal actor. But when it comes to my Mount Rushmore and the critiques that I'm going to come with your versatility. Are you able to do multiple roles and change who you become? Jeffrey Wright played a Dominican,
Mr. Peoples,
and then turn right around and be the Watcher, nigga. Like,
yeah.
Then turn
and
around,
Commissioner Gordon,
and be Commissioner Gordon. All of which are different toned, different expressives, different things. Like, that's what I'm like. Ooh.
All right. I hear you. Well, I don't think Robin Williams had any theater training as well, and I don't know if that could be the same case.
You would be wrong. You would be wrong. I don't know if you listen in terms of what I'm talking about as far as versatility. You just said it. You took Robin Williams, who started on Mork and Mindy with the Nanus, funny, just comedic, a spin, to a dude who did a movie called, and I wanted to show you the depth in which.
Hold on. Listen. What you're doing is you're showing me his range, but what you used against Samuel L. Jackson was his lack of ability or his lack of Shakespearean acting chops.
No.
You said that he didn't play in Shakespeare.
So listen, this is
now I already agree with you. So I'm not trying to.
Come on. Because you do this a lot. I'll mention one thing and you isolate the one thing that I was talking about.
Because you said it.
I mentioned it. I mentioned that as
which is the same thing as saying
it. It's part of. I mentioned it as part of a critique. What I'm saying is that it showed that the Shakespearean aspect shows versatility, meaning that you can step outside of your natural box of being and be something that you're not comfortable being and do it well. So that's what I'm saying as far as that. That's why I use it as an example. But with who were we just talking about?
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams has done those roles as well. He's been able to broach those as well. You forget this man played Mr. Doubtfire, Miss Doubtfire. This man played.
What's that to do with Shakespeare? You use the word. Don't get mad at me because I keep bringing up the fact that you use Shakespeare and the fact that Samuel L. Jackson did not.
I get what you're saying. You're trying to say what type of extremes he goes through in his ranges and his performances. I get that okay. Part. So because Shakespeare is considered like a very far extreme. When Denzel does Othello, it's like it's an extreme. Sam Jackson. I think
Denzel did Macbeth.
Lawrence Fishburne.
My bad. Macbeth. But I would argue like Sam has shown range. It's just that for us, a lot of times there's three things that's happening. Mm-hmm. One, we could always see the Sam Jackson in his performance. We just identify with him in that way. Two, my man might be getting typecast. Three, he has shown that range, but it's not consistent. The things that he does is he goes back to a character that he can always reuse and recycle in other films. I agree with that. We see more of him being the same loud, cussing type character that we're familiar with than we see him do like a Mr. Glass, then a Coach Carter, then a Mace Windu, right? Like we don't get to see him lean far into those other characters very often. It's like once every 10 years at most. But I think he has that range. He has that consistency. He has something where he hints at a little bit of something and then comes back to his core, just like Denzel. right? Denzel does the same exact thing. He did Macbeth and couldn't drop that New York accent. He did Gladiator, couldn't drop that New York accent. But he's still showing range when he goes from Training Day to
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X, yeah. Or
I would actually argue that's the perfect point. Denzel. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you, Ant.
no, go ahead.
Denzel, because I think there's a difference between playing the same role and having the same aura for each of your characters. I could argue very profusely that, and listen, I'm not trying to convince you to put Samuel L. on your Mount Rushmore.
No.
But I'm defending his honor a little bit because I think that he played extremely different characters as his role in Django. Compare that to Mace Windu, where he didn't scream at all, didn't curse because it's Star Wars, and they would say, nerf herder before they would say motherfucker. All right. And roles like that where he doesn't necessarily get the credit for because, hey, he's not crying or he's not saying thou shalt, but he is showing a different type of character. He's not the same dude from Snakes on the Plane that he is in Attack of the Clones. He's not the same dude in Black Snake Moan that he is in and like I said, I guess I don't know if I really want to include the Coming to America because that was more like a cameo. It was really a real role.
187 was another good one.
187, and he's not the same guy. Doesn't have the same demeanor in To Kill a Time to Kill that he does in Mr. Glass, even though his voice sounds the same. All right, as I said, Mr. Glass, but was that? That was the name of the movie. Yeah, there was a movie called Mr. Glass, right? I'm not tripping.
Yeah, it was called
right?
Glass.
It was Glass, right? It was Glass. And in Unbreakable and stuff like that. So his range may not have such distinguishing voices and mannerisms, but the overall arc of the characters and the way that they're depicted, I feel like does warrant him showing at least a little bit of range. Now, I get what you're saying, though. The Sam Jackson that we've come to know and love is Sam Jackson from Pulp Fiction. All right, that's the guy that's the dude that we see in every movie, right? And so we're kind of just used to that. They even I think they did a couple of skits with I think there was a Funny or Die like program where they like basically like spoofed like how motherfucker, I can't remember Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, it's good. Dave Chappelle, it's good motherfucking choice. I like to sit down and drink a Samuel L. Jackson. It's good motherfucking choice, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like we just love that part about him, but at the end of the day, I think that one thing that nobody's gonna come for. You can say maybe he does sound the same in a lot of his roles, but I think that nobody is going to outwork Samuel L. Jackson. Like that is a hard-working, hustling ass motherfucker. Like when I hear about I heard about his when he was playing Nick Fury and what's his name in them what's my dog name who played Sam Wilson? Anthony Mackie, and it was kind of roasting him because like as soon as they rapped, he was like, all right, well, I gotta go out to and it was like, damn man, you ain't gonna come to the roast party. He's like, man, nah, I gotta work. He's like, I gotta work, man. He's like, this is work. You know what I'm saying? And like I respect that about Samuel L. Jackson. Like he takes I also love the fact that Samuel L. Jackson literally said, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm not quoting, but paraphrasing, I want to star in movies that I want to watch. That's ultimately what he does. He's like, look, I'm not just aiming for Academy Awards when I get these roles. I'm like, I just want to see a movie that I would watch. And I think that there's something to be respected about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, remember the movie he did with Bernie Mac? That movie wasn't that great. Let's be honest. It was a really good movie. Okay. It was great because we loved the people that were in it. But the movie itself.
Well, listen. There's a lot to be said about that, and that's why I said when it comes to Samuel L. Jackson, yeah, we can name all of the roles that he's been in, but there was I mean, look, outside of Pulp Fiction and Coach Carter,
187, and
The Substitute.
Listen, even with 187, like we know about 187, because we're part of the culture, but there's a lot of people that don't know about 187. There's a lot of people that like Nick Fury is definitely a notable character within the MCU, and he's been able to make
He had his own series.
Nick Fury, huh?
He had his own series.
Who had his own series?
Nick
You mean
Fury?
Oh no,
Secret Invasion.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
It was
I
starring
don't think
him.
it was as bad as everybody wants it to be.
Bro, no,
All right.
like, are you?
I know. I'm gonna catch heat for that, but
Yeah, because you was one of the same people that was like, "Yo, this is really bad," and it was really bad, and it almost felt purposeful. We gave it the same energy that we gave the Ice Cube thing. We were like, "So who there hates you?"
it wasn't that bad. It was no, it's not nearly as bad as War of the Worlds, man. I ain't gonna do it like that. It wasn't this War.
No,
it didn't do this. Movie was on a Zoom call.
If you go online right now, and you look up the reviews for the Secret Invasion series, that is the worst one of, if not the worst series under that they criticized about under the Marvel regime.
I think it's unfair. I didn't think it was that bad.
It was bad.
It's bad. It's bad. I'm not gonna sit there and try to sing the praises of it.
What did I talk about most of that season? I talked about the fact that they would not give him a good pair of shoes. His feet looked like it hurt every scene. Every scene that Sam was walking around, I was like, somebody get this man some good shoes, because right now it looks like he's really walking around on some hurt feet. That was what I zeroed in. That's all I could zero in every scene. I'm like, so there y'all go, making this 80-year-old man walk around again, man. Let him have a seat. Take a seat, Sam. You know what I'm saying? But it was not good. It wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. Even he said it wasn't. I
didn't say it was good either. I just said it wasn't that bad. I literally said it wasn't that bad.
He was like,
it was bad.
Don't. Like, he said, don't. Don't.
And let's not forget, he was also where's my super suit? He was incredible. I forget old boy's name, but Mr. Frozone. Yeah, man. So iconic. Yeah. Well, listen, I would definitely put him on a Mount Rushmore, and I think he has more range than he's given credit for. I just think he has such a recognizable voice and countenance that it's difficult for him to step outside of that of how dominant his voice and face is. Because remember in Kingsman, he tried to give him a lisp, and they tried to make his character a little different, but he was still, to your point, he was still Samuel Jackson underneath the lisp.
Hey, Sam, could you ask for it? He's like, no, nigga, that's not what y'all paid for. Y'all paid for Sam Jackson. This is Sam Jackson.
Sam was fucking Jackson.
Then go get somebody else, but I'm Sam motherfucking Jackson. So that's what you get from Sam Jackson. And listen, nobody gives it to us like he does. Like I said, nobody plays a better, angrier man than Sam Jackson. So I'm not mad at him. I'm not trying to disperse. I love this man. I think he's great at what he does. I just, when it comes to my Mount Rushmore, I need some versatility. I want to see you pull off an accent. Whatever accent that is.
Did you see the Denzel clip of him trying to do the British accent?
Yo.
Y'all remember Sam Jackson in the Boondocks?
Oprah. You kidnapped Oprah.
Man. Hold up. Hey, I'm talking to my Bluetooth right now. You know what I'm saying? I think he was Ed Wunsler the third.
Yeah, the white dude.
And Eddie and Charlie Murphy was no, he wasn't Ed Wunsler. Charlie Murphy was Ed Wunsler the third, and he was his boy Remy, if I'm not mistaken. I remember when he had the Bluetooth in, he was like, I love it when you put your booty over like that. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, what'd you say? He's like, man, I'm on the Bluetooth, man. He said, well, can you announce that you on the Bluetooth? He's like, man, what am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? That shit was funny. Is it too early to consider some of our modern day actors as Mount Rushmore actors? Would we be amidst if we said like a Regina King, a Yahya Abdul Mateen, Michael B. Jordan? Not ready yet?
Not
okay.
Yet. I think you got to at least be 50. She's on her way.
Regina's. I don't know if we can say she's on her way. Regina's been around for a very long, like a very long, very very long time, and had an extensive career. Regina is definitely on the honorable mention. Like she's on her way. She should be there. She's like she should.
A lot of roles. She's directing a lot now, right? Like, I
Well,
mean,
I think she stepped away from acting after the death of her son.
okay.
And I think that was kind of like that. I mean, that's understandable. But Regina King, when I think of Regina King, and I think of the performance that she gave in Watchmen. Yeah, she was phenomenal in Watchmen. But then I also think about like old school roles, Poetic Justice. Like she was like yo, like just like yo, she was on Boys in the Hood. Like she was like these are like yo, like Shorty has been around. Like Regina has been out here doing her damn thing. Like these TV series that she's been on and all of that. Yo, like Regina is definitely up there in terms of acting. Like she can act her behind off. She's up there. It's just man, like there when it comes to women, Viola, it's just so hard. Like to stick in the Angela back. They do it with such reverence. Like when you when you behold something that's masterful, it feels different. Whenever I hear Angela Bassett talk, I feel like I should pay attention.
That's real.
She's not one of those voices that make you just be like, oh, whatever she's saying, like, hold up, just wait. Okay, I'm listening.
Honestly, Ty, that's why I was so disappointed that she didn't get the original role of Storm back in the OG X-Men days when it was cast as Halle Berry. You know, she just would have made the perfect Storm. I know around that time she was doing, what was it, Event Horizon or a couple other things and what I don't know. Yeah, she had other stuff going on, but she just would have been the perfect at the time. Now, nowadays, with the way that we cast people now, we want her to actually be the person she actually is. And, so she has to actually be, a Kenyan that lived in New York and, blah, blah, blah. But I for me, I got, and we can go ahead and wrap on this. I got Samuel L. Jackson on my, and I don't care that he said it already. I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. I got Samuel L. Jackson on mine. I'm going with Angela, Viola, and Wesley Snipes. I'm going with Wesley Snipes. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking Wesley Snipes. That motherfucker's getting shit on for no reason. But that's just me. Bad Ty, you got yours now?
Yeah. I again, Jeffrey Wright, Viola Davis, Angela Bassett, and I think we said Denzel. But for the sake of argument, I'll say my last one. I'm gonna go Will Smith.
Oh, what? Oh, you gonna do that on the way out, man? Nah, I can't debate you on it. We'll have to talk about that shit later. But he plays the same. Talk about people who play the same role.
No, he doesn't.
Will Smith.
Let me tell you something. Will has played in Pursuit of Happiness, where he did his motherfucking thing. He also played as old girl's father, King Richard. King Richard, which was a phenomenal performance that he did not get enough credit for. He did his thing. He also played in I Am Legend, which is one of the most iconic performances when he was in that store and when when he talked to that mannequin and broke down and cried, bro. I don't know if there was a dry thing in the building. He also has played an action hero in Independence Day and I, Robot. He's also played
Ali.
Ali. Bro, don't get me started on Will.
Those are different roles, but you cannot unhear Will Smith's voice. Like he don't have the ability to. I like Will Smith too, but Mount Rushmore.
You meant that we had with Sam Jackson. You could give to Will Smith.
Literally.
Hold up. You just said you haven't heard him change his voice. Is that what you just said?
Listen, he tried his best to have a Muhammad Ali dialect Coach, whatever. And man, it still sounded like Fresh Prince to me. You know what I'm saying? It still sounded like, man, I want to take that thing off your head, man, because I'm the greatest. I'm like, yeah. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. Well, anyway, I ain't gonna sit there and debate you, man. So you going with Will Smith, Viola, Angela, and Jeffrey Wright. Anthony, who was yours again? I know you already said Whoopi Goldberg.
I think my final list would probably be Sam Jackson, Lawrence Fishburne, Viola Davis, and Denzel. But honorable mentions for Ben Vereen, Don Cheadle, Cicely Tyson.
Oh wow! All right. So we go. He said Cicely Tyson too. He went. Wow. Okay, let's do it. I ain't mad. All right. Well, listen. Either way, we are hungry and probably could use some rest because we, according to the comment, the chat on. I didn't start the IG, y'all. I didn't start IG.
Man, listen, man.
I didn't start IG. Oh well. Anyway, that'll be all right. But yeah, some of the IG chat last week called us unks, and I'm cool with it. I'll be an unk all day. At least I'm still around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm definitely an unk. I don't see that as a term of endearment. Yeah, I'm not tripping off that at all. I'm still around, and all of my friends ain't. So I take it. Well, on behalf of myself and all of the panel here, we sincerely hope that you've enjoyed. If you did, please do us a favor. Click that like, click that subscribe. Probably should have said that a lot earlier, but hey, whatever. We were engulfed in conversation. So yeah, thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment, even if it's after the fact. We'd love to hear from you. And we will be back next week with another live show where we will also have the contributions of a guest that we will get a chance to interview. Don't forget, this week we're going to talk to the lovely Sydney Michaela, and kind of talk about her upcoming performance in her movie Cry Baby Bridge, and also talk about some of the roles that you all are familiar with as it pertains to her. So yeah, definitely stay dialed for that. But yeah, most importantly, always be your authentic self, because if you ain't being yourself, you're being fake. And if you a geek, as we all already know, you a geek. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. So go ahead, geek. Let that good old geek flag fly. From coming soon. Hallelujah. Talk to you later.
New Blurred. Hold on. Can I do it again? Hey, check out New Blurred Order. They're a whole vibe. It's the newest thing on the. Sorry, let me try that again. I'm so sorry. Hey, shout out to New Blurred Order. They're a whole vibe. The funniest people, the friendliest people, and also the nerdiest people you ever see. And they're black. Check them out.